Play your heart out. Leave it all out there.
Burglar racing upfield on the handoff, going through defenders and picking up huge chunks of yardage. They call this guy All Day Eddie.
Foot 245-pound senior, number 50, Dre Schubert. Also on the line, 6 foot, 240-pound senior, number 52, Bantams. Also on the line, 6'3", 290-pound senior, number 58, Schofield.
Do come out with a statement victory, 43-6.
You ain't built for a skirt as a gimmick. It's the sound like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming for ya. It's the sound like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming for
Senior, number 70, Colleen.
My name is Bryson Bai. I'm the head football coach at Clarkson High School. Glad to be on this video. Just wanted to summarize kind of our season. What a weird year. What a weird year. We started in the summer. We had 2 weeks of weightlifting, and we got shut down. And then we started in the fall, and we had 2.5 weeks of football in the fall, and then we got shut down. And so we were just worried the entire year about, hey, are we going to be able to have a season? And we planned on starting on February 28th. And when the time came, that week we got cleared to play. And so we went into this season with very little practice, very little in the last year and a half where we were able to do anything. And we just said, hey, we're just playing, we're gonna have a good time and let the chips fall where they may. So that being said, I was glad we got to play. And it didn't turn out the way that some people wanted it. It didn't turn out, where we were undefeated, but the reality is we gave the opportunity for a lot of our seniors and a lot of our football players just to get out there and play a game for the love of it. And that's why I coach, is I love the game, I love being around it. So being able to give that experience was huge for us and huge for our team and huge for the seniors to be able to say, hey, I had a senior season. So Caden Vincent, super happy that Caden played this year. He made some big plays for us. He was kind of our big play receiver with some of our long passes and played with a ton of heart the entire year, could count on him. Really, really happy with the season he had, so it was awesome to have him out. Terrell Lawson, number 4. Terrell was our starting quarterback for most of the year, brought a great athletic presence to both offense and defense, made some big plays for us on both sides of the ball, really had a good year for us, and we were glad that he came to Clarkston for his senior year. It was a surprise when he walked through the doors, and was great to have him on the team. Cam Hopeted. Cam has been a 4-year player for us, which, you know, I really value those guys that have been in our program for 4 years. Started at receiver, made some good plays, was a great player on special teams for a number of years for us. And the thing I really value about Cam is just consistency with his presence. Was there every day, could count on him, could trust him, teammates loved him. Cam was just a big part of our team. Nick Schofield, another 4-year guy, value those guys that have been in the program for 4 years. Finally got a shot to be our starting quarterback and made the most of it. Think about that Pullman game where we get up, score 28 points in the first half, and he was a big part of that offensive show. You know, I've always valued the way Nick plays. He's just kind of a gunslinger, goes out there and plays and has fun. Really valued his senior year, did a great job for us. Grant Click. Grant, we didn't really know going into the year how big his role was going to be, and he turned out he had a huge role for us. Every single game got better, every single game played harder, really worked himself into a position where he had a great year and ended up with last game had a great pick for us. Much like a couple other guys on our team, just value his consistency, value his attitude, his team, you know, his ability to be a great teammate, great guy. He's gonna have a really good future as an adult in whatever he does. Eddie Burglar, number 33. You know, it wasn't the way that Eddie scripted it. You know, he got hurt in the first game, like the first series on defense, and hurt his shoulder. We were just happy to have him out there some. So he didn't play every game, but played only offense and was a really big part of our offense in the games that he played. You know, Eddie probably wouldn't have chose to get hurt in the first game, but he battled through it, still gave what he could to the team, was still a great teammate. And the cool part about Eddie is he's going to move on and play college football, so I'm excited just to follow his career for the next 4 or 5 years because he's just a great guy, and he's really added a lot to our team, not only this year, but in last year's playoff run and as a sophomore starter. Dawson Packwood. When I think of Dawson, I just think of a guy that loves the game of football and just plays with the passion that it takes to be a really good football player. Even when he was a sophomore, he was a really vocal guy, started for us that year, and plays with the love of the game. And he plays for the right reasons and was a great leader for us this year. Really made huge strides even for his senior year. And he's a guy that I was really glad that we just got a football season this year because he put in a lot of work and deserved to have that season. So he's going to move on and play college football as well. So I'm just excited again to see what he does in the next 4 or 5 years as a college player because passion takes you a long way in life. Same with football. So excited to see that.
Well, the signing day excitement continues. Today we've got a pair of Clarkston football players who are moving on to fulfill their dreams of playing in college. Running back Eddie Berglund and offensive and defensive lineman Dawson Packwood will be moving to the Gem State this fall to play for the College of Idaho. Today they were joined by their family, friends, and teammates at Clarkston High School to put a pen to paper and make their commitment official.
We've been working these past 4 years together, so it's nice that we'll go down and be teammates again. So I like the school down there. It's a good football program, so I'm glad that we were able to sign there together. And
it's great. It's really exciting, something I get to experience. It feels great to know that I can go somewhere where they'll appreciate me.
These guys are 3-year starters, so their impact wasn't just felt this year, not only last year, but even their sophomore year, those guys played at a high level. So when you look through the success that we've had over the last 2 or 3 years, both of these guys are big parts of that success. And not only just the skill piece of it, but also the leadership piece.
Well, congratulations to Dawson and Eddie for continuing their football careers, and best of luck when they take the field for the Oaks.
Number 50, Dre Schubert. Dre wanted to really get out there and play defense and really did a great job for us on defense because he didn't play a ton of defense last year. So made huge strides at the defensive end. By the end was really a playmaker for us on defense and a really solid presence for us as a center on offense. And as a 2-year starter and a big part of our playoff team last year. Dre always plays with heart, always plays with passion. I appreciate that about him. I'm excited to see where his career goes when he goes to college and he wants to play rugby, so that's going to be kind of fun to watch. Dylan Satter. So Dylan was a starting guard and starting middle linebacker. Really fun for me to see the growth of him confidence-wise and physically as a football player. I just asked him the other day, he's bench pressing 300 pounds. He's confident, was a good player for us, played super tough, and all of that came just from hard work. And I'm very complimentary of him. Was a great player for us, was a big part of last year's team and this year's team. Really solid presence, never missed a day, could count on him. Those are the type of guys we want on the team, so Dylan was great for us this year. So Josh West, number 60, super unfortunate for Josh that he missed some of the, about half the season with COVID quarantine, but the part that he was available for us, what a great presence he was. Super happy to be there, super happy to be on the team, loves the game of football, was a huge part of what we did last year, started as a sophomore, and it was just unfortunate to see his third year as a starter just kind of go down as a result of the pandemic. So tough season for him, but in the games he played, you know, he had a great time, and we always tell the guys you never know when when football won't be around for any reason. So he made the most of it, was really a positive for us when he was out on the field for these last couple years. Joey Colleen, couldn't be happier for Joey. I couldn't be happier for Joey. He was a fantastic part of our team this year, moved him positions on defense, said, hey, you're gonna get an opportunity to run with this, and he certainly did. You know, just has a great attitude. He has a great presence, great energy to him. As a senior, just kind of stepped up and matured into it as far as his role, and man, super happy about Joey. And he's a guy that just fun to have on the team, fun to have around, so fantastic year by him. Gonna miss him, just his energy he brings to the team. Damon turned out this year as a senior, back with the program after a couple years off. Damon was great because Damon just had fun in whatever role we gave him. So if we said, hey, you're gonna be on special teams, man, that's awesome. Hey, if you're gonna be on JV, man, that's awesome. Just played for the love of playing football and being around, you know, good teammates, and just gave a lot to our team just through the presence of, hey, I'm willing to do whatever you're asking me to do. Appreciate Damon, had a good year, just really appreciated the consistency and having fun with whatever we asked him to do. Overall, the one thing that I would say about this team is I would just say I really appreciated the resiliency and the effort that they made. Between COVID, between injuries, between games being moved and canceled, and a foot of snow during the first week of the season, and everything that we threw at us. The seniors and the guys on our team could have said, hey, you know, I give up, this is too much. But instead, they just dug in and said, hey, we're gonna make the best of whatever season we have. And despite all of those things, we walked out the door and said, hey, we love our teammates, we love Clarkston football, and we had a good time. And so that's my big takeaway is there's never a point where I felt like they didn't give effort or they didn't care about putting on a good football product for their family, their community, and doing it for their teammates. So, you know, life's not always easy. Life's not always smooth and streamlined. And this year we learned that we can be resilient and we can really still get good things out of a situation that's not always easy, not always the best. So, especially proud of our seniors, but proud of everybody on this team for just sticking with it and saying, hey, we're just gonna, whether we have to wear masks or not, whether we have to do any of this stuff, we're gonna be proud to be Clarkston Bantams. So that's my big takeaway, and I was really glad to coach these guys, and I'm gonna look back at this season with fond memories, and no matter what our record was, I'm gonna look back on it with good memories of these guys.